elbowed a few 10-year-olds just to get the damn Elder Wand, just to look at it.
Look, mommy, Harry Potter's one. You came all this way. You're from Afghanistan. Wow,
Y yo no juego de parar. Yo no juego con bandolero. Porque yo sé que voy a ganar. Yo sé que voy a ganar. A la acción mía voy a pichar. Y yo no juego de parar. Yo no juego con bandolero. Porque yo sé que voy a ganar. Yo sé que voy a ganar.
Hey, woohoo.
hey, it's a sweet
day.
It is a sweet day in Valeria.
Oh yeah, it is, Mr. Targaryen.
Thank you.
House of Dragon himself.
Is he a Targaryen? If I could find the purple eye lenses, the
Oh god.
contacts, or since in the House of Dragon the Valerians are pretty much black, I'll take a blend. Fucking blondie dreads. Welcome, guys, to episode 56. I just asked Felix this question like 2 seconds ago.
Like 12 times too, just to make sure he got it right too.
I always forget. I don't know why. I'm more excited to talk to my best friend, and hopefully you guys are watching, but I never keep count, so I got to start keeping count. Anyway, if you like the content and you're interested in seeing more, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and also to follow us on Twitter at RatedF2, and we also have the Instagram, which is at RatedF_F. So at Rated.
Remember, Twitter's now X. We're gonna have to update that.
Yeah, we're gonna discontinue. What's not changing is we're also on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify Podcasts, and we're on Amazon Music. And make sure to give us a 5-star rating. We are always asking you guys what you want us to talk about. We've gotten some feedback actually in the past of like different topics that you want us to do, or different ways that you want us to structure things. We have reinvented our channel. We've seen a good influx of it. We have the sort of structure, if you would say, just to reuse a word, just the structure of what Felix does, what I do, and it works. And we have the regular news and Instagram questions and topics. And we don't talk as much half the time. So it's it works. We see that you guys like it. We see that you guys are intrigued, and we just want to make sure that we get it better, and better, man.
Yep.
So what's going on in your head, bro?
What's going on in my head? What's going on in my head? Actually, ain't nothing much going on in my head. It's been an eventful morning for me, nonetheless. So
Really?
oh yeah. Gotta love Florida and their water works, because our freaking water went down out of nowhere, just randomly. Just said, "Hey, fuck a shower," because you guys don't fucking need one.
Oh god.
Exactly how I felt.
My balls.
Bro, I brushed my teeth with a water bottle today. I was literally, that was the only way I can get water. To like, no, that was my face when I found out we had water back running.
Oh, good.
Bro, 5 o'clock in the morning is when I woke up to use the bathroom. I went, faucet wasn't working, toilet wasn't working. I said, this is gonna be a problem. So that's how my morning started. But I will actually bring up a very interesting Rated F news.
Okay.
And then I gotta say, listen, you're my best friend. You're one of my best friends of our 4 horsemen. All of you guys, I love you guys, but I don't think I would ever go to this where I'm about to read.
Oh.
Man faces 2 years in prison after putting 12 kilograms of dynamite in a friend's car as a joke.
Why would you?
Let me read. A Finnish man has been arrested after a quote-unquote joke with his friend's car involving an explosive went totally wrong. An unidentified man was arrested last Thursday for placing 12 kilos of dynamite in 2 cars belonging to another man. Despite the date, the 2 individuals knew each other prior to the incident. Despite the date being August, the man insisted it was a prank. The dynamite and detonators were confiscated, and police don't consider it a terrorist attack due to the man's claims. While the suspect was arrested on Thursday, he was later released on bail while the investigation is underway. He's suspected of an explosive crime where the punishment scale is fines or a maximum of 2 years in prison, said the police commissioner.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever put dynamite in any of you guys' cars because you got wives and kids. That's just dangerous and not cool. And
It's like,
Abe, who's pretty much like your first child, so it's like
seriously.
don't do that. Don't
And I don't think he was gonna blow it up, but the simple fact of the matter is, you put dynamite in my car. Like, let's
Even if it was
look
hollow
at
as a
that.
prank. If it's hollow as a prank and there's no harm in it, cool. Like hollow dynamite is just a stick. There's no powder. There's no nothing.
There's nothing. Yeah, even if you put a
Um,
wick in it, it won't go.
No, because there's nothing to activate. Yeah, so it's just like, okay, that's funny, but I mean, I always say this: words words are my toe. Move my screen.
Oh,
That's what I get for being comfortable.
what are you sitting like a monkey?
No, anyway, it's not important. But, so, yeah, so
My toe moved everything.
if you got them Indian toes. Remember we had a girl in high school who had them Indian toes and she could pick up.
Oh, bro, she could pick up shit from across the hall.
No names or features, but she could pick up. I was like, yo, what the fuck? All right, honey, man.
She could break multiverses with those toes, bro.
Like, hand me a pencil. I need to take this test. And just hand it with feet. Like,
Ew.
Ew.
I'm just playing.
Nah, man, but no.
I don't know, man.
Do that.
Back to this
Don't
prank.
dynamite.
Yeah, like, I'm all for a good prank. I'm all like, legitimately, I love a good prank. I love messing with everybody.
Yeah.
But there's a fine line between prank and just plain stupidity.
Yeah, as I was saying, like words are important, and it doesn't seem like it was play. It was real dynamite.
Yeah.
Because if you're getting arrested and it's a possible terrorist attack, that means that shit was real.
Well, they said that it wasn't a terrorist attack because of the claims, but had he not stated that he knew the guy, he would have been charged as like a terrorist.
Exactly. That's what it was like. It was listed as a possible terrorist attack until he started speaking his story, and he fucking saved his own ass, but he's still in trouble. So he end up in Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay, cockney sandwiches, bro.
Eating cockney sandwiches for lunch. It's not good. It's not a good life.
Yeah, you know, it's funny is that, you know, that punishment in Finland seemed very odd though. It's either he's gonna get fined or it's up to 2 years of prison for holding a stick of dynamite.
I guess it depends on well, either way he's in trouble, but I guess it depends on what his friends had said and how much trouble he caused.
Yeah,
something like this will have to go to trial, so it depends on what
I'm sure they'll do a settlement. I'm sure that this will be one of those where, like, this is stupid. I'm sure the other guy isn't gonna press charges unless he's really like, he's upset because, hey, you could have literally like killed my kids or killed my family being an idiot.
That's different, and it depends on how close the friends they are. Because like we best friends, I still wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah, facts.
Fucking childish, and they be doing some dumb shit.
Like, I'm all up for, like, hey, let's have a good time. But damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my rated F news for today.
Nice. My rated F news is that I colored my hair.
Yeah, the Valerian look.
Got the Valerian going on. It was nice. I've done it before. I was supposed to do it when I went to Georgia just a while back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was like, you know what? We just spent how much money to swim with sharks? I don't want to spend that kind of money again on top of that.
You got money.
No. No credit. Pay it later. But I was like, okay, that's enough. So I'll wait, and then I got some racks up, and I was like, all right, cool, why not?
Why not?
I think it looks good. I'm gonna keep it. Like,
It really shows your inner Cody Rhodes.
Yes, I gotta check my credit score in about 48 hours because this is thoroughly good.
I think in the next 3 hours you should hear ching on your Credit Karma.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I heard that last night. Damn thing.
Oh God.
Points. So I was like, excuse me. So now I gotta play chess. So,
Oh no, it went down because your hair wasn't ready yet. Now that you did this, it'll go back up.
You jumped the gun. That's what they did. Motherfucker. Anyway, you got an Instagram question?
I do have an Instagram question. Bear with me. Actually, it was actually a very fun one, and I was actually surprised. We had a decent amount of responses to it.
Mhm.
Where are you?
We love those responses, guys.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. I was actually jumping up for joy. Actually, when the first few comments, I was like, "Hey, I like where this is going." Okay, so the question, it was Instagram and Facebook question, but it says, if you could live in a video game life, what game would you live in? Meaning that if you could live in any of the worlds that you would play, what would you say? Okay, this is the one for me. It could be the Harry Potter game. It could be,
Right.
Dragon Ball Z, whatever you feel.
Okay.
So I got Halo 2 or old school RuneScape. Don't know the game. Can't speak for that one. But Halo 2, very interesting.
I know Roblox, RuneScape. Okay.
Yeah, not too fun.
Why would
RuneScape doesn't sound violent. It sounds like almost like a Roblox kind of thing, in my opinion.
Like a Sims.
Kind of. That's what in my head. I don't know if anyone else can confirm that, but in my head it sounds like almost like a Sims game.
Right. Huh.
The next one was The Division or MLB The Show, which, as a baseball fan, I can feel that. Just kind of skip all the bullshit of high school, right? And then you go right into getting drafted, and then just go from there.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, and The Division, that was a really good game. Have you ever played the game?
No.
It's kind of like Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. It has more of a story to it. I think it's a better storyline to it.
All these people, you gotta live in this environment. You guys know that, right? Like, all I hear is violence.
Oh, if you thought those were violent, wait till you hear this last answer on this that I'll give. It said GTA, baby. It's real life with respawns.
Pine Hills. Let's just move to Pine Hills. That's funny.
But you
Or what I like to call Little Puerto Rico, which is Greater Kissimmee.
I was gonna say all of Kissimmee. I almost said Point Siena. It's all of Kissimmee now. They all moved. They're all moving around, man.
How about you? What world would you want to live in?
You know, it's funny because after when I posted that question, I was kind of thinking of it, and I had like 2 or 3 games that immediately I started thinking of. But then what really got me got the muscles going was I ended up thinking of, and I'm still between the two, but it would be Harry Potter, because why not?
Yeah.
Or the other one would be Crash Bandicoot.
Cool.
I don't know. He lives a nice life. He pays everything with the Wampa fruits. Why not? He's kind of half retarded. I don't know.
Bargain system.
It's old school. I'll trade you. You trade me, kind of thing. Okay, I'll give you 10.
Well, all I have is Wampa fruit. I'll give you 5 Wampa fruit for your 5 Wampa fruit. Cool. Sounds like a deal.
Sounds like an amazing deal. But yeah, I definitely, I mean, Harry Potter, man. You know my love for Harry Potter.
Right? Amen. We gotta plan a thing to go to Universal.
Oh yeah.
I want to go back down to Diagon Alley and spend some cash. Shit, I don't need.
Yeah. I've been this close. Every time I've gone, I've almost bought the damn wands the interactive ones. I've always almost bought it. Like,
Dude,
and I want to get.
$80. I didn't know that shit going into that store. For two things, I didn't know that store was that small because there's 1,000 people in what should be a 50-person capacity room, and it's so small. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
and
Like,
especially
different
during
from the-
summer.
It's
Every
not-
time we've gone in during the summer, first it's hot. You could live in
Yeah.
Florida. Second off, it's just like it's hot and you got body heat on top of you. Like, dude, sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to get the elder one. Can you get out of the way?
Get out of my goddamn way. Trying to get
I've elbowed a few 10-year-olds just to get the damn elder one, just to look at it.
Look, mommy, Harry Potter's one. You came all this way. You're from Afghanistan. You came all this way for
You
Harry
literally could have
Potter's
gone
wand.
an hour up.
That basic ass one? No, thank you. It looks like a stick. I can break a branch off of a tree and there you go.
I hate you for that. He said you
I'm
came
all
from
Voldemort.
Afghanistan.
Why? They can take. We can't go there. Come here.
Yeah, facts.
More than welcome to come here. But I got the I didn't get it from Universal, but I got the Voldemort one.
Okay.
It's not the interactive one, but it's a stick, so fuck it. And I like the it's just a stick in a box. Spent $20 on a stick in a box.
Actually, if you get certain ones though over there, they give you it's interactive, so you can go to certain spots throughout Diagon Alley.
Right, and
it'll interact and do stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it like if you go often, it's definitely worth it.
Right.
I think my sister-in-law has the elder one. That's why I keep saying the elder one, but there's like 5 ones that you can get that are interactive. I think Harry Potter's one is one of them.
Right.
I think Voldemort's is one.
Better be.
The elder one, and I don't remember the other 2.
Oh, okay. But I know that they have like a good amount of Death Eater wands.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking dope. Me personally, if you're gonna,
when you go to Nocturne Alley.
Yes. I remember when they first opened and they used to have like people out there, like,
yes, I was gonna say that.
Some badass like thugs out there, like, yo, what the hell are you doing down here? And I guess they had to tone it down, so they're not there anymore.
They used to be like right as you walked in, it would wait for you, and they would be like, "You're in the wrong alley," and like, oh.
I would have lost my. Maybe that happened. Like people lost their shit. Be like, what the fuck? Like, you tell me I'm in the wrong place. Like,
yeah,
nothing.
It's probably
Anyway.
a few people get too sensitive.
Of course, all the time. My kid came here for blah blah blah, and she's getting triggered. Blah blah blah. Anyway,
by your bullies, your paid bullies.
Anyway, see, this is when our videos last an hour because we have too much goddamn fun.
Too much shit saying.
Fun business. Well, it's like I gotta like fun. Always have more fun than the business will come. So you said Harry Potter and Crash Bandicoot's World.
Yep. What were
I don't know where I would want to live in video games like that. Definitely not Mortal Kombat 1. Get my ass handed to me.
I thought you were gonna say Mortal Kombat. In my head, I was like, he's saying Mortal Kombat.
Get my hands waxed every night because I am not that good of a fighter. But reason why I got guns. But I know where else I wouldn't, and it is the world of these twisted metal. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get twisted. Now, if you have not seen Twisted Metal, please tell me you can watch at least one episode.
Who, me? I binge watched the whole damn show. I'm
You
done.
did? Okay, good. So now we're on par. We on good. We good.
Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, other than The Last of Us, TV show wise, rest in peace to Halo, because I don't know what the hell happened to that show. Never just sparked any interest whatsoever.
That's what happened to the show.
Worst. But yeah, Anthony Mackie, you got Stephanie Beatrice, you have a handful of the people I can't remember. Actually, I have the list here. So I will talk about Samoa Joe and Will Arnett in a sec. But we got Anthony Mackie, who is phenomenal. He is hilarious. I actually didn't remember how funny this man was until like
Yo, he had me.
the first 5 minutes of the first episode. When I sat down, I was like, all right, let me watch Tristan. I used to play this game as a kid, PlayStation. It was cool. I sucked at it, but it was still fun.
Oh yeah, I was just getting, my cousin used to wax my ass all the time with that game.
But I was like, all right, let me watch this show. When I tell you 5 minutes, if that, within the first 5 minutes of that first episode, I was asking myself, I was alone, my wife was at work, and I was watching this, and I was like, when is season 2 coming? Literally, I was like, Anthony
I'm not lying.
carries this shit, and he's so undermined as a great actor. Like he's funny, he can be serious, he can be political.
Very witty.
Very witty. He could be political, like you saw in it was Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, when he becomes Captain America at the end.
Yeah, when he was Captain America. He great monologues and great action in that series. But man, this cast, Stephanie Beatrice as Quiet, awesome. You have Neve
Campbell.
Neve Campbell. She's
from she's from not Scary Movie. Scream.
She's from Scream. Okay, I thought
the original Screams.
You have Thomas Hayden Church.
When I saw him, I was blown away.
I heard his voice before I saw him because I left to go to the kitchen get a snack or something, and I was like, I know that voice. It's such a distinct voice.
Yeah.
And his cadence and the way that he acts, you're just like, this is a great cast. And there's other supporting characters and here and there's, but those 4 or 5 people we're gonna get to are, I would say, not main character, but if you play Twisted Metal, you know who you come for.
Yeah.
And that is this guy,
the clown.
Mr. Sweet Tooth himself. I tried to find another photo, but I was like, you know what? That comes later, and it's a really good scene. So I was like, okay,
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, hence the emojis down there. So I was just like, what the hell? So all right, let's get back to the cast. Samoa Joe, who is a wrestler, he wrestled for TNA and Impact Wrestling. He
wrestles still wrestling for AEW right now.
He's wrestling for AEW and ROH, and he used to be a WWE wrestler back in the Wiz A. So huge and incredibly strong guy. Wonderful in what he can do in the ring, outside the ring. Now he's acting, which is hilarious because his body movements and the way he carries himself and how big he is compared to Anthony Mackie.
Oh yeah, bro. I think he wears lifts on the boots, but I still think he's that much bigger than Mackie.
He's a big freaking dude, man. I was like, golly, Samoa Joe. But not only does Samoa Joe play him in a physical sense, but audio-wise for his voice, we have Batman from Lego Batman himself. We have Will Arnett, who plays. I was like, at first, I was a little confused. That doesn't sound like Samoa Joe, unless he's really that good with his voice and he changes it his octave. But it reminded me of Lego Batman, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay, it sounds a little bit. So I started looking it up, and I was like, oh, okay, who else to play? Like he's he
does a really good voice with like voice manipulation. I've never knew Will, and I like a lot of Will Arnett stuff, but I never saw him as a voice actor as much outside of like Lego Batman. But he does a great job.
Dude, he's very much a master manipulator of his voice and getting down into the character and understanding like where that like range is for the character. Because it was like Batman, but it wasn't just a recycled voice. Like he was going up an octave, he was going down. Like he really played into who this character was and who they wanted him to be, Sweet Tooth. And
it's funny because
hilarious.
When he would do the voice, it sounded like he had a mask on his mouth while he was talking, and so it like fit the whole vibe.
Yes, dude. Speaking of vibes, like Anthony Mackie, 100%. He's in like every scene when it comes to the show, and that's 100%. Like he needs to be, because you're following the story of him as a milkman,
John Doe.
John Doe, and he is carrying goods from one city to another, but he has to drive through this like post-Armageddon kind of land where people are shooting at you, trying to take your shit, and you're not safe. So it's a very dangerous job. But once you get from one city to another, they have their rules and their regulations, but they keep all the criminals outside of these cities in order to keep the peace, quote unquote. It doesn't really happen that way, but it does. Anyway, but Sweet Tooth, they start talking to him. First of all, these two.
I was
chemistry
captivated
between
with these two.
John Doe and Quiet. The chemistry between them, you almost wanted them to have a real life relationship. They
Yeah.
were great at it. It's like that kind of bittersweet. I don't trust you, but I need to trust you because you're my way to the next thing, or we work better together. And then you start seeing that like developed. It's not a love story, I wouldn't say. It's more of a I couldn't trust that like people for such a long time, and here you are, but I still don't trust you because
Yeah.
her name is Quiet for a reason. She never gives her name.
I think like the first 2 episodes, they didn't really like she didn't talk. It wasn't
At
until
all.
like the end of like the second episode where she messaged like
Right? Yeah.
when they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
with Sweet Tooth. I think that scene where they were in Sweet Tooth and he was gonna kill them if they lied.
Oh yeah.
That's when she finally talked and he
his
went, "Oh, now you talk."
boring ass performance.
It was like an 8-hour performance or something like
You know
that.
what? I'm gonna put this up, and we could probably put it up later. We could do some editing and be like, "Hey, all right, so we could do this. 3, 2, 1." Da, 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 da. There are going to be spoilers in this talk because I need to talk to my friend because we've both seen it and shut the fuck up if you don't like what we're saying. So we can put that at the beginning if anything, because this is a real cool conversation. I can't hold back. I don't know if you want to.
No, it's fine. And I was actually gonna hit it earlier.
Mm.
So that's why like I don't care if it's put now, let them know now. It's gonna be spoilers.
Yeah. Congratulations to whoever. When Sweet Tooth was doing his performance, and he was like a stage play, dude.
Oh
and,
my god.
and it was just a play about
With
the
mannequins.
hotel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like the human resources front desk.
Oh
and,
my
like,
god. What was it?
to
The
do in
travel?
city, the travel, what to do in the city. Vegas, you're in Vegas, and they make it very clear early on. They were like, "Yo, you know where you're going, right?" Because Anthony Mackie's character has to drop. So here's the
Yes,
ultimate. So he has to drop a package to Chicago, but in order to get to Chicago,
he has to pick up the package and drop it off in San Antonio.
in San Antonio.
or-
Okay,
Yeah, New San Antonio.
that makes sense. Yeah, so New San Antonio, he has to go to Chicago from there, but he has to pass through Vegas in order to get there, because most of the roads are like all depleted and like really it's a dangerous ride. So one of his friends gave him a map and he was like, "You know who runs Vegas, right? And you got to go through there." He was like, "Everybody knows who runs Vegas. Friggin' Sweet Tooth." And he's a madman. He's a lunatic. He's fun. He's real fun. Like you could tell his personality is really fun, but he's just been so battered, and he's such like a loon, bro. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's like the
batshit
perfect
crazy.
word to use.
He's batshit crazy. So like if you say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, he'll kill you. 100%.
And it's weird, and it's opposite day with him because you think that you're saying the right thing and it's actually the wrong thing.
Yes. So it was hilarious when you were talking about Quiet there and the first time that she spoke. And he was like, "What do you think about my play?" And you're like, "It was shit."
Oh, it was great. He was like, "Oh, it was great." It was great. And
But-
she was like, "It was dog shit."
It was dull as dick water.
I
I'll
was
use
like,
that one of my
"No
coworkers.
freaking way."
Like, man, you being dull as dick water. I don't want to talk right now.
Oh hell no. That is pretty dull. If you're actually dull as dick water, like come on.
Dick water, that's first of all the process to get dick water. We ain't gonna go through the details. But-
Let's not get there.
And for it to be deemed dull, so what's exciting dick water?
It has colors in it. If you have colors coming off your dick, you probably have a disease.
He's
Just
like-
saying.
Give me the dick water. Makes them exciting.
Oh my god, that scene right here when he sees
Uh-oh.
him and they're talking, and he starts singing the thong
Thong
song.
song. Just like a God's like,
He's like, "Are you? What is it? Are you? Do you listen to the golden hair or silver hair?
the silver
What
hair
was it?
god.
Oh, silver hair god. Oh my god, I
Are
was
you a follower of
crying.
the silver haired god? He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was
it was Unleash the Dragon was the
yeah, that was my
CD.
favorite
He was
album.
like,
Oh my
I
god.
burned a hole in that shit. I was like, okay, say anything to stay alive.
Oh man.
Oh,
But you know what though?
God.
That specific scene
Yeah.
set the tone for everything because, like
Yes.
you said it. You have to almost say anything to keep yourself alive. So
Yeah,
if it comes down to having to bullshit your way through it, you'll bullshit your way through it to get out of there. So it definitely is, and it's so weird because they at first I was kind of confused of what happened because they say a sickness came through and desolated the entire planet. But then
I think that came after the internet and the Wi-Fi went away. Like,
yeah, and then
it was a virus that attacked all the supercomputers, so everything got wiped out. And then the sickness started killing people off.
yeah, and then there was like a meteor shower that
People
happened.
started killing people off as well because they were just raiding shit. And money, as they showed, money was nothing anymore. It was all a
Yeah, it had no value.
because he found I think it's Evelyn is the name of his car.
Yeah,
And it was a body in the car and it had a lot of goods and water and this and that, but it also had a
Food.
stack of cash. And he was like, oh, sweet. And we're like, damn, yeah, that's a couple racks right there. And he burnt it to make a fire. He was like, I need to stay warm. Fuck this money. There's nothing to this money anymore. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Even
That is, yeah, to be in a world where you're like, money doesn't consist of nothing. There's no electronics, and like you're literally fighting for your life every day.
yeah, it's crazy. It's scary. And speaking of fighting for their lives, this one here, Miss
She
Quiet.
was a fire. She had fire coming out her ass, bro. This girl was on everything.
Every time that you thought that you knew the character, they swayed into a different direction.
Yeah,
Like, anytime you thought that, okay, her and John Doe are getting away, Quiet and John Doe are getting along, everything's gonna be fine. She pulled some bullshit on him because she's
and
in
it felt like,
survival mode.
yeah,
And nothing personal because there's nothing personal. His name is just John Doe. He doesn't remember who he is, and she's not gonna give her name away. She's just quiet, and even to the end of it, he still says, "This isn't my
Quiet.
home." Yeah, my home was with the girl that I met in 10 days, bro. He had 10 days to get from New San Fran to Chicago and back, and they made it. And it was like, all right, cool.
with like 2 minutes to spare.
Yes, it was like right on the money. And like you're like, they built this story. Shit, they care for each other. She thought that he almost died. They fucked. They made burgers together. They like a lot happened in 10 days. When you think about the season one, it like a lot happened in 10 days.
It was 11 episodes, but it was 10 days worth of just drama and like
Anything and everything happened. Like fucking crazy shit, dude.
that scene where they get poisoned by the plant lady, the medicinal.
Oh, they start vomiting because they drank the tea. First of all, I ain't drinking or eating shit from somebody I don't know.
Exactly, especially not in that era. I don't care how nice she
Polite
looks.
Polite pass. I don't care what you made, and I love iced tea. But polite pass. No, fuck that. I don't know what you're gonna do. When she put that plant on his skin,
Oh my god,
it started burning. She was just like, "Yeah, it feels like you have a heart attack."
that is ridiculous.
And then the convoy of truck. It's just, guys, you gotta see it. You gotta watch it, man. It's on
Peacock right now. Yep.
Yeah, Peacock and some other bullshit. But Peacock, get Peacock.
No, I don't think it's on anything else. I think it's on mainly Peacock because Peacock is the.
Okay,
It's like-
I thought it was on TV somewhere too, but
It could. I think it's on their NBC channel or CBS, but I doubt it because of how hard they swear on it. I think it's a Peacock exclusive.
Okay, good. Well, guys, go out. We're not sponsored by Peacock. Maybe hey Peacock, sponsor us, guys. dope. y'all put a rabbit out of the hat with this one, man. It is really
Oh my
good.
god, man. I was
Man,
so blown away with it. All the scenes that we got to see, I can't wait for the second. I love how they ended it too, because
yes.
throughout the season, you see they have a lot of moments where it looks like the video game where they were just, the
Yeah.
cars were chasing each other, shooting.
Yes.
And then like that last episode where they had that all-out war,
yeah, it was supposed
where it was
to
like 3
it
on
was a
3 or something like
trap.
that.
Yeah, it was a trap, but it's like with all the cars in an arena and you're driving around and shooting at each other. I was like, this is Twisted Metal. Like whoever, like the director of this new, like they understood the assignment.
Oh, they knew the assignment. They knew the
understood
assignment.
The assignment. They were just like, we need to make Twisted Metal Twisted Metal. But Twisted Metal storyline and Twisted Metal in the series, you have to give it a purpose that is dark but also compelling. And to take John Doe and be like, hey, you're just going from one place to another, and all the shenanigans are going to happen in between that. And there's like, Agent Stone is trying to capture, I think, Quiet, and then
He's just trying to hold up the law, and then Quiet came over to try to kill him. That's what put his eyes on her.
Oh yeah, and then he the brother killed himself because of it or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that how they in this show they really touched on a lot of characters, and they set up a lot of like, okay, you're gonna see these characters for a while,
right?
And they kept it very fantasy based while keeping it realistic too.
Right. It was amazing.
Yeah, I love the Sweet Tooth backstory, because you never really got a backstory from any of the games. Not that I could remember, because they never were like a story mode. It was always just fight.
Yeah, you had your bosses like Sweet Tooth and Darkseid, and that's what you were explaining the final episode, like the final scenes of that episode. They start saying like, "Hey, there's a tournament. Calypso's putting this shit together. I can't wait to see who Calypso is."
Yeah,
and like they already had a Raven, as I said, and she is the leader and the head honcho, if you will, of San Fran, New San Fran.
Yeah, New San Fran.
So she's in charge of everything, down to how people act. Because she's just trying. What she wants is a great driver, and she wants a great driver for this tournament. And the prize of the tournament is something. I can't remember exactly what the prize of the tournament was. Do you?
They haven't disclosed. I think if I remember right, they just said that there's gonna be an amazing. There's like a wish that can be granted. It's whatever they want, whatever the winner wants.
Yeah, that's easy. So she needs a great driver. Who's a great driver? Milkman. The Milkman they're pretty much transporters, and that's John Doe, who is the most consistent and aggressive Milkman that Raven has seen. So she was like, this is a no-brainer. You keep coming back. You come back pretty much every month. So I know you can take care of this in 10 days. But a couple of things happen. He meets Quiet. He has feelings for her. He almost loves her. I wouldn't say it's love, but he cares for her.
I think he cares about her deeply.
They care about her.
It's strong enough that it could almost be love, because of like that scene where he was in New San Fran and he was trying to go on a date. And then they're talking about something about pizza, and he immediately thought about her, and then all of a sudden was like, "Oh, I shouldn't be with this girl right now. Like, this isn't.
I shouldn't even be in this town right now." He's like, "Yo, you're giving me everything I want, and I'm eating fucking toaster strudels and shit all day. I'm, dating, pretty Asian chicks and shit that want, hang out and do whatever they want to do with me."
He has those group of buddies that he picked up in a month.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? He was like, I felt for him, because he was like, even though I have everything that I want, I don't want who I want. I wake up alone every day.
Yep.
I have the apartment. Like, you think about it, like it's a desolate land, and there's no such thing as the apartment or the house that you're living in right now. Wherever you guys are, whatever you're doing, if you're look at your surroundings, gone. Like, you're living in the forest, you're living on the streets, you're just trying to get by. You're eating fucking dog food and shit. Like,
it's either you by yourself, or you with your wife, or you with just your kids. Like, you're literally fighting for your life.
You're trying.
You feel like R. Kelly every day.
God,
I'm fighting for my life.
That's why he's doing concerts in jail, so they don't fuck him to death.
they don't catch him. It's gonna
They
be
know what
twisted
you know
metal
what
in
they
there
do
for
to pet.
sure.
Yeah, you know what they twisted guts. That's what they do to pedophiles in jail. He's lucky that he's a Pied Piper. He about to be smoking some Pied Pipe if he don't keep singing.
Facts.
He better keep
That's
singing.
probably why he started doing
Nigga.
concerts out there. They were like, "Sing for me, black man." And he's like, "Okay." He's
like,
either sing
"Okay."
for me or suck on it. And they're like, "I'll sing, I'll sing."
Don't kill me in the name of love. Because you know what they did to that Nassau guy? They transferred him to the Florida prison.
Yeah.
They he was in critical condition. I don't know if he died. He better, because that was a dude. I can't remember what college it was. It was in Michigan or some
I can't
college.
remember.
And he was touching the young girls who were the gymnasts. Fucking dirty motherfucker.
And then he went to jail for it, but I think I don't know if he died from it. I think he was in critical condition. But I think it was like, if they left you in critical condition, it was a message. Get ready for the rest of your life.
Yeah, they left him in critical condition. I remember.
Yeah, they don't just leave anybody in critical condition.
I remember I was watching a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, and that's a pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry. I hate it when people say, "Damn, I was watching this really good movie." Oh, what's the name of it? I don't know. So why are we having this conversation? But I only saw the movie once. It was on Tubi, and it was of a dude who he was like 18, and he was dating a girl who was 16. The parents found out, and they were having sex. So the parents spoke for the 16-year-old and called it rape. So he went to jail. It was an English movie. I think it's called Yard Dogs or Hound Dogs or something like that.
I think so. I know that movie. I kind of saw bits of that movie.
And he was also like a troubled kid too. Like he was, doing some dumb shit, but he went in there for dumb shit too. And he, like, there was some dudes that were trying to like take his clothes and like punk him and beat him and do all this stuff. And eventually they caught him, like, I think he was doing laundry or some type of task. And there were no guards or nothing. They beat him and fucked him. And left him with a bloody ass. I think he died from it. But they were like, that's a message. Because, like, this is going to be the rest of your life kind of thing. So I can only imagine what Nassau went through. Like, every day was something. Every day had to be something. Because you don't mess. There's, like, I've heard, I've never been to jail, thank God. But he's like, there's a pecking order when it comes to prison.
Yeah, and rapists and pedophiles are like at the bottom.
Right, woman beaters and shit like that. They're like all the way at the bottom, so they fuck with you first. Like, there's certain people, as I heard, again, I haven't been to jail, but there's like certain people that they just kind of leave alone. And there's certain people that they like, you're getting it every day, all day. So, be ready, kind of shit. And they rape you every day. Beat your ass every day. You sucking dick every day. You're like, every day. You have no moments of rest. It's crazy. Unless you go into solitary, but they're not just going to put you in solitary knowing what you did to kids to protect you. No, you're getting your due diligence. Like, you going to get
Yeah, they're going to get you in your doo-doo. That's what they're going to get you.
So, R. Kelly, keep singing, motherfucker. That's what you got. Use your talent, you illiterate bastard. So,
but back to this show, man, because everything you said kind of relates to everything that happens in there, because it is just no, actually, because remember the holy men?
Oh yeah, and they were I forgot about them, and they were having sex with the fucking.
Yeah, he was gonna have sex with a car, and then he beats John Doe up, and he's like a former priest that when everything happened decided to fall off the wagon. Yeah, and then he kind of was still kind of considered a preacher, but he was like doing coke and having sex with women and banging men, and he said after he knocked John Doe down, he was like, "Should I have sex with him?" I was like, "What the hell?"
I was like, dude, this isn't a vote. Sex with him.
Oh man, those guys are just. It's a really good show. Definitely a great watch. I binged it in probably about like 3 days, and that was because I was watching it in between a lot of other stuff that I was doing, and like I was trying to watch it at work and stuff. But definitely a great show. I would watch it again and again and again. They're only like 28 to 33 minute episodes, so they're not even like super long. So if anyone who likes a good binge, or if you want to savor it and just make it a weekly episodic adventure, I just tell you right now, once you watch one, you gonna want to get to the next episode. Hurry up,
Yeah.
because you're like, oh
And
my
they
god, what
were like
happens?
30 minutes long.
Yeah, 33 minutes at the max.
Yeah, so you could sit there for a few hours if you ain't got shit to do, eat some ice cream. That's what I did. Eat some ice cream. My dogs love to watch TV, so they were with me. And before wife came home, I was done. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely watch it. Like, I watched it. Like I said, I did it in a few days because I was watching it at work. But and I have like my wife doesn't like watching that type of show, so I don't force her to watch it. Especially like when it has like a lot of like, even though it's kind of some of the cosmetic scenes where you see them like the leg fell off and you're like, oh, that looks super fake. It looked like one of those Chinese cops movie that you always try to show me.
Oh man, yeah, good. Yo, I have to say, this is, in my opinion, the year of the video game.
Oh yeah,
because, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm only going to focus on the top two, in my opinion, which is The Last of Us and now Twisted Metal. Very well put together. The homework was done. The passion is there. The cast, phenomenal for both. And they do what they need to do when it comes to the storyline that captivates you and keeps you interested. And they're like, look, and it's not even related to each other, but like you could see that there's a formula there. The content is already there. The content is already there. I'm waiting for them to make God of War. Hands down. If they make
I think they are in the work. They're in the works for it.
Sure. I heard that too. I heard an April Fool's joke that Jason Momoa was going to be in it, and it was
no. They are working. They did sign a contract to do a God of War show. I forgot who picked it up. I want to say it's either Netflix or Amazon Prime. One of those two picked up the contract, and they're working on two video game shows. It'll be Gears of War, and they're going to do God of War.
Nice. That's good. That's good. That's, as I was saying, you know, the content is there. Like most of these video games since the Xbox and the PlayStation 3, I believe, like really in-depth storylines. Not taking anything away from anything before that, like Rainbow Six and Metal Gear Solid and shit like that, where the storyline.
Ooh, that'll be a great one to make a movie of.
Yep. I remember the Amazon Prime was doing like some movies. I think Michael B. Jordan did one, and at the end he mentioned Rainbow Six.
Yeah, because I think he did a Rainbow Six or a Tom Clancy movie.
Yeah, it was a Tom Clancy movie. I think Without Remorse or something like that is the name of it. I think so. Very good movie. He's one of my favorite actors. Michael B. Jordan is always hand down. You tell me what he's in, I'm watching it. But like, when it comes to like video game adaptations, it doesn't have a very good track record, whether movies or series even. But when it comes down to it, I'm like, yo, these have been 2-0 when it comes to these. So
actually, if you really want to dig into it, they did. Now we have the Mario Brothers movie that also came out this year, and that was a hit.
Was a great movie. Yes,
that was a really good movie. You have obviously Last of Us, and now Twisted Metal.
Yeah,
and there was another video game that became a movie this year, I think.
Really?
I believe so. And I heard it did really good. So I honestly think this is, like you said, the year of the video game, where they've put some respect on them and they actually make some good movies or shows. I still think Last of Us is better. Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat. Well, Mortal Kombat came back. Yeah, Mortal Kombat came out in 2021 though.
Oh yeah.
But
that was last year. Either way, it wasn't this year.
It wasn't this year. No, it wasn't this year.
No, it was last year.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, of the last 3-4 years, they've been doing a lot of video game adaptations into movies.
Yeah.
And they've done a great job at them. So, I think definitely Last of Us is the better of the two shows, but it's like a 1A and 1B kind of thing because Twisted Metal, and Last of Us have wrote a literal like handbook of how you make a video game with no storyline and you make it a show.
You can. And with The Last of Us, it also shows if you follow the concept, because I remember when The Last of Us was like at its peak popularity, it still is, but like peak popularity of like you were waiting for the episodes to come out, and you're like, people were like doing comparisons and contrasts from the video game and like scenes and stuff, and it
Yeah.
was verbatim the exact everything down to it. Oh my god!
Down to the camera work, the camera angles that they would do.
Yes, I cried like a bitch for Bill and Frank.
Oh
Like,
God, yes.
dude, I was like, oh god.
I was like, really?
It didn't matter about if they were gay. It didn't matter about if like what your political views are, whatever. It didn't matter what was going on in the world. That was love story of the year, because in
Yeah.
all of this chaos, they found each other and they found a way to care about each other, and it was a good way to tone down the series with also keeping your attention. This is my
Yeah.
favorite episode, and there's a lot of shit that goes on. In
Yeah,
that
all those
episode.
shows, all that whole season, like that, all those episodes were easily
I
great.
can't wait for
But that episode was one of the top ones. Obviously the last episode was really heart wrenching.
right.
And then there was one other episode that I was like, oh my god, like this was it. Like this is where it showed like the bad. Oh, that scene with where that guy was like, he had his own village and he almost tried to like have sex with
The girl.
yeah.
Emily?
It was
What's her name? Emily?
give me a second. I have to relook it up.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
it's been
yeah,
a
yeah.
sec-
I don't remember. I'm
been a
bad at
minute.
it. Half the time, I don't remember.
And now you said Emily, and you messed with me. I was like, is it Emily?
Ellie.
Ellie.
Ellie. Almost. Too many letters.
Yeah. Yeah, Ellie.
Ellie.
When
Yeah.
she was a badass in that scene. And I think, you know what's funny? Like you said, like there's a really good recipe. You have a strong star of the show, and
Right.
then you add in a very strong female co-star of the show, and it works. Like
Yeah.
that chemistry works with each other.
Or vice versa. I would say whoever the lead is, as long as they can hold their own, all the supporting cast have to be at that level. You can't have just the lead, and it's like, even if Ellie is a lead, in most cases, I would say Ellie is the lead of that, because she carries,
in a lot of the episodes.
she carries a lot of episodes with her humor and her like. She's very guarded in what she does because of what she's been through, and I love how it just jumps around. It's not linear. It jumps around
Yeah.
like, okay, we're going to the past, we're going here, we're in the present.
Like the
Little
only
bit
thing here is their journey to to their destination, but you see
Yeah.
a lot of background stuff very out of
Right.
order.
So I'm more interested in her story than what's his name? Pedro Pascal's.
I'll tell you right now because I have it still open. Joel.
And Joel's storyline there. So for me, he's more stoic, as he's supposed to be, in a sense. He doesn't really talk much. He's just A to B. I gotta get this cargo, Ellie, to where I gotta go to get what I gotta get in order to do what I gotta do. Simple. But Ellie is more, you see her evolving, you see her grow, you see her make the best out of a shit situation. And I think she is that like main character. And everyone around her has to fit that bill and make sure that they're at the top of their game to make not only her look good and make her look younger, because she's actually not as young as it.
Yeah, she's like actually like almost 20.
Yeah, and you're like, now she has to play like what, 11-year-old or some shit like that. Like
Yeah, she's like a 13, 14-year-old, something like that.
You know, so everybody has to be more in order to make her look younger, but then she has that like talent to pull that shit off and look and act like a teenager or even a preteen that grew up too fast.
Yeah,
That's talent, man. That's some shit. You know, and it with all the zombies all over the fucking place, people trying to rape you, kill you, eat you. Like, goodness gracious,
Yeah.
trying to survive. And it's like, wow.
And it's funny that you're saying that because it almost feels like Twisted Metal, because Twisted Metal has that same
Yes.
feel where it's like everyone's trying to eat you, rape you, steal from you, kill you, whatever it is. So
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So, guys, go check out what we're talking about when it comes to Peacock. Twisted Metal. I'm gonna put this back up, man. Look at this guy. He's crazy. Look how crazy that is. But Twisted Metal, it is a fantastic series. I cannot wait for season 2. They have they how do you say made
they definitely lifted
like
the
the
standards.
announcement. Yeah, they give you the they make you excited for the second season because they made the announcement of like, oh, Darkseid, one of the characters, all the characters that will be there in season 2, like Darkseid, the big semi truck, and who that gonna be, Dollface, and she was like, she stopped quiet, and
Oh,
she
that's
was like,
right.
I heard you know my brother, and she's like, the fuck, who the hell are you?
And then she says
that's
John.
the little girl from the family from John Doe. He doesn't remember who he is, so she has the information to fill in the blanks for him of where he's from, who he is, what's his real name, and hopefully we'll get Quiet's real name and we'll see some compare and contrast.
She does mention her real name. We do get
When?
Quiet's real name. Remember in that flashback where she was remembering when her and her brother went to that one of those inside stuff. She was a worker, and then that's where she lost her finger.
Oh yeah, because it was like
He says her
slaves.
real name.
He says her real
Yep.
name.
He says her real name in that scene.
I think it was like one of the last 2 episodes then.
Yeah, I think it was like third episode to before it ended.
Yeah, one of those last episodes. I remember that scene because that was when they did the flashback of being in that restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's in that scene. It's either in when they're in that restaurant or when she was in the memory of when they were in the field, where she took the axe and she cut all the oranges down.
Yeah.
That scene, I think, is one of those 2 scenes that he says her name.
Okay. Yeah, good shit. All right, cool. I'm gonna go back and find her name. So, yeah, man, you guys gotta check it out. Peacock. Make sure you do if you're cheap and you want to just do the trial, binge it, and then cancel.
You can literally watch it in one day and then cancel the subscription.
Cheap ass bastards. But
or keep it and watch WWE shows if you like WWE as well.
That's why I have it. Shoot, every premium live event.
Seriously.
All right,
and
man,
before we
yes,
I'm glad that you were about to ask that question, because I do have one last thing I want to leave the people with, and I have new segment called Rated F Show Suggestion. And I know we're talking about a quick show because Twisted Metal is a quick 1 season right now. I found this new season or new show that popped up. It's a limited series on Netflix. It's called Painkiller.
Yeah, it's good.
It is so freaking good, bro. Me and my wife binged this show probably. So she started watching it on Saturday when we had the guys' night. She saw like the first 3 episodes. So Sunday, when I got home, she was kind of watching one of the episodes. Like, wait, isn't that the show? And I told her I wanted to watch it. So Sunday morning, I got up. I started watching the first 3 episodes. So I caught up because she already seen 3 episodes.
Okay.
So then I was like, all right, cool. I watched those 3, and then we just watched the rest of the way, and we killed it in one day. But oh my God, was it a great show? It goes off the premise. It's actually a real, based off a true story. They do kind of flub some info because of just a lot of other issues, but the main people you got to focus on is Matthew Broderick and Uzo Aduba, because those are the 2 main ones of the show. They have a few other characters that you're gonna see throughout that they kind of also focus on. But those 2 specifically are the main people, and oh my God, it talks about how the invention of Oxycontin came to be, and how it was pretty much in the same realm as heroin when heroin took over.
Too. They were like, we're trying to sell this to everybody everywhere, to the point that there's opiate pandemics. Oxycontin. There's like small towns of like 2,000 people, and almost 1,200 of those 2,000 people are on opiates and Oxycontin.
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
and it was so bad because I remember like I've taken oxycodone for like when I had a surgery and stuff, and I remember that shit made me feel stupid.
Spooky.
Yeah, oxycontin was on a whole nother level, and they were getting pills like what was it, like 160 they said, and they were, I mean, those are strong ass pills, like that should knock out an elephant, and they were giving it to humans.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
So yeah, I know it's
Take
a
care of my
really
back.
good show.
Yeah.
100%. It's a really good show. They go off in a lot of in-depth stuff. I loved how they start every episode with a little something to really kind of tie in how real this really is or really was.
Mhm.
So but that is my show recommendation right now, guys.
That's what we're gonna do
It's only
next
like,
week, or that's a show Oh, you mean a show recommendation of what they should watch?
yeah, what
Not
they
what
should
we
watch.
should
Yeah.
talk about.
No, yeah. This
Okay.
is something.
Okay. Now I get it. I'm like, oh,
Yep,
okay.
this is
Well,
just
we're
a
gonna
show
get more.
suggestion for everybody to watch. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Robbie, I know you said you've seen it, but if you
Yeah.
have a show like this, we can always talk about it and kind of
We're
just
gonna do this.
suggest
I
it
like
for
this.
one of us to watch or for just a group.
I don't know what that shit to say about Australia, but this is more longevity based. Yeah, man. All right, cool. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check out the rest of it because I did see a few episodes.
Yeah, it's really good. I finished it up. Definitely worth watching. I think they're like an hour long, 45 to like an hour each episode.
Okay.
But definitely, I could sit there and watch all of them again.
All right, nice, good shit, man. Cool. You got anything else, man?
Nope, that was it, man.
All right, cool. Well, we ran a little time. I don't really care. I'm talking to my best friend. I don't give a damn.
Nice little long episode.
Always. Yeah, it's been a while. Like, even though we hung out, like, that's not, anyway. All right, but guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Always on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We also have the Twitter, which is a rated F2. We have the Instagram, which is what, X now, as you said.
X rated is rated F2. Yeah.
No, okay. Rated F. X is rated F2. Instagram is rated _F. Always remember that we're all, for our listeners and not our viewers. We have our listeners. We have Apple Podcasts. We got Spotify. We have Apple Music, and we always want to hear what your feedback is and give us that 5-star rating, please and thank you. Always remember to let us know what you want to talk about. If you have suggestions, even for shows now that you want us to talk about, or say, hey, let the people check this one out. And also
drop it in the comments.
Drop it in the comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know your ideas. We do this, because I like talking to my best friend, but also it's because we want to make sure that you guys are entertained fully and 100%,
Yep.
So until then, I've been Robbie.
I'm Felix.
Take care and peace out.